Got to be real.
Okay, guys. So Luke Campbell just lost his fight. I think it was a perfect decision. He didn't win this fight. He lost his fight to Yvan Mendy. You've got to give credit to this guy. Obviously, Luke Campbell's expected to win. The guy had 4 losses on his record. But you know what it is? I tweeted, right? I think it was in the second or the third round. I tweeted that Luke Campbell's looking good. He controls range really well, but he needs to keep his chin down and move his head more. And to be honest, I'm gonna tell you what the problem was with this fight. There was nothing wrong with his training, the way the commentary was talking. I'll tell you what the problem is. The problem is that this is what is wrong, and what I'm always going on about with British boxing and European boxing. The European style of fighting. I thought Luke Campbell looked a lot like Amir Khan when he came fresh off the Olympics. Very Lamont Peterson-esque fight. Keeping his chin up in the air. That's why he got knocked down. Chin up in the air. No inside fighting capability at all, footwork all over the place. And don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking Luke, right? You know what I mean? He's a brilliant fighter, so he's to talk outside, yeah, but I'm just telling you what I saw very early on. No basic fundamentals in inside fighting. He wasn't able to, in that sort of fight when you've got a guy hunting you down, why did we not see Luke Campbell even once holding and spinning Yvan Mendy? I didn't see no check hooks from him. I saw a few like check right hooks, but I mean, on a whole, there was not no straight left hands down the pipe and tilting your head and rotating the body and moving. What's the word I'm looking for? Pivoting off his feet. I didn't see no pivoting. Really, there wasn't like no extreme pivoting. Not a lot of bouncy footwork. I didn't really see any head movement, and I don't see really many inside uppercuts, and that's what he needs to do. He needs to get on the inside. He needs to plant his feet and really dig in with the uppercuts. I mean, he was losing that fight in the 12th round. I don't know I don't know who his trainers are. I really don't, right? I've not really followed Luke Campbell that much, because from when I last seen him fight, I knew that this was eventually going to happen. I knew what type of fighter he is, and that's what's happened. I think, obviously, when he's gone up to that level, you've seen that he can't. If he can't beat a guy like this, he's gonna struggle to beat, anybody in the top elite level, any sort of American good, anybody who's like half good in America, they're gonna beat him. You see, the thing is that someone like James DeGale, he knows how to. Even George Groves, they know how to inside fight. They're a bit better on the inside fight. And George Groves, he hasn't got an excellent chin, but he still knows how to fight. James DeGale, he has, well, I don't know, maybe a decent chin. I don't really know, but James DeGale knows how to inside fight. He knows how to fight on the inside and really throw a few hooks on the inside and really, he knows how to do it. That's the pro ranks. In Britain, I've seen this. I've been to so many gyms, and the common problem I've found with all the boxers that I've been in the ring with sparring is that they all tend to move around. They all just move so much. They run around the ring and they've got their hands tucked right high, and it's good for amateur boxing because you win points that way. But in a pro fight, when you've got small gloves on, one punch, bang, it'll knock you down on your ass. And that's been the problem today with Luke. I think there wasn't enough inside fighting, lack of head movement, and a lack of uppercuts, a lack of hooks. Just a lack of spinning, no check hooks. When you're a boxer, you have to be able to inside fight. I saw some, but on the plus side, Luke Campbell's got boxing, in my opinion, is not all inside fighting. Boxing is maybe 60% outside fighting. If you can keep a person on the outside, that's brilliant. Maybe boxing is kind of a 60-70% outside game, and maybe only a 30% inside game. But if you lack that 30% of the inside game, then eventually you're gonna get exposed and you're gonna lose. If you look at the likes of Floyd Mayweather, excellent outside fighter, when he fights on the outside, is almost impossible to beat. And then what happens is, when someone gets close range and tries to beat him on the inside, he also knows how to shoulder roll. He knows how to grab. He knows how to pivot. He knows how to spin. He knows how to get the person on the ropes. He knows how to use his entire ring. Luke Campbell really, he's young, right? Don't get me wrong, but it seems like none of his trainers have taught. It's a really common thing in Britain and in Europe in general. The style of fighting over here is very good for amateurs, but it's not really a professional style. we've seen Amir Khan as a perfect example of, he was like this when you look against Lamont Peterson. He had no idea what to do when Peterson was coming at him. Freddie Roach didn't really teach him that. As soon as he's gone to Virgil's taught him, you need to grab, you need to spin the opponent, you need to hold, you need to fight a bit more on the inside. We saw against Chris Algieri. Chris Algieri was coming at him, but this time Amir Khan's developing more and more and more and more. And we saw with Amir Khan, he was throwing uppercuts in the fight, and that's where he got the better of Chris Algieri and he pulled out the win. Whereas the older Amir Khan would struggle. He would not have been able to get the win in a fight like that. Luke Campbell, he should have beaten this guy. He had the physical attributes to beat this guy. The problem is that he doesn't know how to inside fight. He's not been told to how to hold, how to spin, basic inside fighting things, keeping your chin down and really planting your feet in how to throw a hard uppercut, how to throw a hard body shot from the inside. Luke Campbell's a brilliant fighter. The only way he's going to come back is if he switches his trainer to a good trainer. And that's the only way I see him winning. Comment section below, subscribe as always. Not a knock on Luke. I think it's a knock on the trainers. And the way he's been, like, it's a good amateur style he's got, but he really needs to adapt to the pro rank. Comment section below, subscribe as always. In a bit.